Well, welcome back, folks. Today's video, as you saw in the intro to this video, is going to be discussing the little end caps that I made on the 3D printer to close off the square tubing on the South Bend lathe metal base that I fabricated earlier this spring. I want to just finish off those open tubes, and they're purely aesthetic. They're really not terribly functional outside of maybe keeping debris and insects out of the tubes. It'll be used inside anyway, so it's not going to be exposed to the weather. And we'll talk about these in a little bit more detail next. I need a total of 6 of these end caps, and I made these, or printed these, in a filament called TPU. This is a flexible material, as you can see here. You can get this in different durometers or hardnesses. This is a medium hard 95A, for those of you that are familiar with filaments. And I wanted a flexible filament so it'd be easy to finagle into the tubing, because it's not real consistent actually in terms of squareness. The notch here is to allow it to fit in over the weld seam. Each of the tubes, because those are rolled and then welded by machine, and there's a seam, a weld seam that protrudes down into the internals of the tube itself. And I had to create a clearance for that seam. This is my original first piece. It was a prototype. As you can see, I have this gap fairly large. Subsequently, I determined that I don't need the gap that long, so I just shorten it up, as you can see on these other 5 prints. I used masking tape on the build plate, as you see here, because TPU is notoriously sticky and it can be hard to get off of the build plate. I certainly didn't want to damage the build plate, even though this is considered a plate usable with TPU. I put the masking tape down first, flexed the plate a few times, and then used my little plastic scraper. This is great, by the way. It doesn't damage the bed. And I got them off no problem. See, I nicked the tape right there in one spot, but that's irrelevant in material for this conversation. The only issue is the tape does leave a little bit of a seam. I don't know if you can see that right there on the camera or not, which again is really irrelevant for my purposes. Right there, you can see it. They all have a little bit of a seam, depending on where they landed on the seam between the strips of the blue painter's tape that I used. But it worked out really well this way. This is a long print. This is probably the longest print I have done so far. The total to print the 5. Again, remember this one was previously printed. So I printed, as you saw in that little time-lapse video, I printed them something like that. It took about 5.5 hours total. The primary reason being is I slowed the feed rate way down on the printer. I had it running at a slow speed, slower than you typically would run with a PLA standard PLA filament, which is a hard plastic filament. I slowed it way down, made some other changes to the settings to ensure I ended up with a good quality print. And you can see there, I think it turned out really well. If anyone's wondering, I designed these in OpenSCAD, which is not a typical CAD program. I won't go into details here because many folks don't even know what that is. But if you are familiar with 3D printing, you might have heard of OpenSCAD. And that was the tool I used to design these. And in fact, I didn't really necessarily quote unquote design them. I input into an AI model the dimensions I wanted and asked it to create an SCAD or OpenSCAD script, and it did, and with a couple little tweaks, this is what we ended up with. So that worked out really well. I originally wasn't intending to actually talk about this little project, but I thought, well, since we're talking about the TPU filament, the software filament, and I had just completed this little project, I thought I'd just add this into the previous discussion. This is my multi-tool, and if any of you have a multi-tool, you know it has what they call the pad, and this is the original pad, by the way. It's like a hard foam rubber, and you can see it's deteriorated. Some of that was due to me taking it apart, but it was in pretty bad shape, and it already started or began to break apart. So I thought, well, while I had this TPU filament, this might be a good project or an attempt to try to make a new one using TPU. Now you can buy these units new, these pads, excuse me, for like, I think $20 US, give or take. So it's not that it's that big a deal, but I thought, well, I have a filament. So what I did is I took it apart. This aluminum plate right here was originally attached with an adhesive to this foam, and then on the back side you have this Velcro piece. So you had aluminum plate on one side and this Velcro pad on the other, making a sandwich with the foam in between. And the idea, of course, for the foam, I think, is to absorb vibration and shock. What I did is I measured this as best I could. I worked probably as much off the aluminum pad, or aluminum plate rather, as I did the foam. Measured it up and fed it into OpenSCAD and told it to design a new pad for me. I took a photo of this pad, the original, also, and fed it into, I fed it in AI first and asked AI to create an OpenSCAD script to create a model, and I also provided it with a photo of the original, and this is what it came up with. I do a little bit of tweaking of dimensions, but in 2 or 3 attempts, it nailed it pretty closely. This is a hard PLA piece that I made just as a prototype to validate the thinking and the proof of concept. And then once I have this done, changed over to the PLA filament, and you can see this is flexible, or this isn't. And I ran a couple layers in the printer just to test it out, and it worked out really well, as you can see there. It's about perfect. Once I had this confirmed in terms of size and shape, I went ahead and printed the pad. That is this pad here. This is TPU filament, or printed with TPU filament. As I indicated, I peeled the aluminum pad off the original foam and scraped all the old adhesive off of it, as well as the Velcro pad on the opposite side, and then used adhesive to recreate the sandwich like you can see here. Put it back together, and I have run a little bit of a test with it, and it seems to work just fine. So there's my first 2 practical projects using the new Snapmaker U1 printer, the lathe base end caps, and the pad for the multi-tool. And I'm sure over time I'll find other uses for it, gaskets or whatever. As long as you use the right kind of filament, it has a lot of practical uses. As I indicated earlier, you know, making little cute things isn't really my interest. I've already done enough of that, as I've shared with you previously. So it's really more of the practical side for me. Maybe making some practical modifications to the printer itself as time goes on. That's going to be it for this video today, folks. Any issues, questions, thoughts, drop me a note. Otherwise, as usual, thanks for watching.